all of them probably because it's gonna take a long time. But I'll go through them like pretty extensively for what time I have.
Sure, I appreciate it.
Oh, good. Okay. What does Is it? This is a scrim, right?
Here's the scrim, yeah.
Okay. That's chill. Okay, and you are.
I'm the off tank.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, you're okay. So you're on. Okay, is this the comp you guys run on this map?
We generally do run this, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say, sometimes we swap it up a bit. We're doing Ana and Genji in this particular scenario because Neo really likes playing Genji. It's kind of like her favorite hero.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Eggsy really likes playing Ana. But sometimes we do play a pharmacy instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think pharmacy's cool. The thing I have with this comp, I know it's not like a team VOD, but I'm just like supposed to be looking at individual stuff right now.
Sure. No,
But
I'll
if
take team stuff too because I mean, like, we are a team.
okay, so when I see ball hog,
Hmm.
I immediately think spam comp,
Yep.
like spam hybrid. You
Yep.
you, you can probably guess all angles, picks, spam, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
You have the spam with Zen, but you don't really have like the mercy you don't really like have a main support. You kind of have like on a brig, and if they were to go like Doom or something, your backline can get rolled because you don't really have like that much peel from like an off tank. You just have like the tracer for peel, I suppose.
Yeah. Your mic cut out. Are you all right?
Talking to someone.
Oh,
Okay,
it's okay.
so if you are gonna run, the thing with ball hog is that I think it's just like worst ball sig, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But it's workable. But the thing with Hog is that he can take the same angles as Sig does and control the lanes the way Sig does, but he just doesn't have like a personal shield or any like sustain within the lane. He just has like a more one-shot potential,
Yeah.
which is why more teams favor running Sig because then he can shield the off angle, mark out flankers, do whatever. But if you are gonna run this comp, I do want to see you walking with your Ana and Zen generally and taking like angles with them, and I want to see your ball and tracer like trade backline while you guys like walk up. So it's kind of like a weird comp, but I think it's like completely workable.
Okay.
All right, this angle's cool. This is fine.
I just go for this hook because it's, I well,
That's
I
fine.
I generally don't go for that hook. I just happen to see them.
That's
I wanted
fine.
to go
No,
for actually just a
no,
hook
no,
off the edge.
no, no point not going for it. It's a short cooldown. You're spamming the shield. That's fine. The thing with Hog is that you're generally gonna get less value into double shield,
Yeah.
unless like they're not taking angles or their shield's gonna be like, or they're like not cycling their shields properly.
Right.
But that's why I generally just prefer Sig because it's a lot easier to like spam the shields. For this comp, I would say if you want to run the Genji, that's fine. I guess it's workable. But I would say either run Ana Mercy or Mercy Zen because having Ana Zen is kind of bad. You don't really have any peel for
Yeah.
either of them. They kind of get rolled. You're playing main here, which is fine. I want to see your ball go into their backline though, because they're on Mercy BAP. Okay, so your backline gets spammed out.
Yeah.
I will say though, it's really hard to also run Roadhog into this instead of Sigma or Diva even because they're going to be on Pharah Soldier.
Yeah.
With Roadhog or with Sig, you can shield the off angle. You can take the same. You can contest the angle that the soldier's contesting. You can shut them down, kind of shut down the angles. With Diva, you can mark Pharah. I don't know. So I just think it's generally harder in this scenario to run Roadhog, which is yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you can make the pick work, but you're gonna have to do the same things that Sig that you would do if you were on Sig. Oh, you're on Diva. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Switching it up. Okay, this comp is good. I like this comp a lot. Bab Zen is kind of like a weird support line to run with this. Maybe like you see Brig Zen generally because it's
Hmm.
more peel for your Zen, and you can pack your Tracer when she takes duels. But Bab Zen, I have seen it work, and it's pretty good. So yeah, you play the same kind of way. You want to walk with your core and like peel them kinda, and while your ball goes to trade backline with Tracer.
Now in this scenario, because they're not really being super divey, do I really want to be back there on bridge? I mean, I have to come up here, even though my core is not here, right? Like I have to
I would suggest that you walk your core up there, or
up
I
to
would
here.
yeah up to like or maybe this corner or something. But
Hmm.
I don't think you AFK bridge Oh, your tracer's dead, so your ball's unable to like trade backline fully.
Right.
But I would say what you're doing now is fine. You're kind of a bit far, but that's like chill because you have BAP, because he can heal you from like afar, and like Zen too. I would suggest that you walk your core there. I don't know if you calmed that, but like
I
I,
did.
I would suggest just walk.
I think that
And
I was in a rush to touch. It was like an
that's
urgent
all right.
touch thing.
Yeah, I
So
see
yeah.
that. I see that. Well, I would also suggest that your ball goes to trade backline first, and then he calls to walk. But if something happens, I don't know. Okay, so the
He
missile.
calls to walk. What do you mean? Like he calls for me to walk?
He calls for your core to walk, and then he would
Okay.
walk your core up there. You know how missiles. Okay, can you tell me the usages of missiles as diva?
As diva, I mean,
Mhm.
I generally use it to confirm a pick.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
You can, like you said, you can use it to secure a pick. You can use it to,
I
I
can,
guess, before the fight, build ult charge.
right. I mean, you can spam
Before
it.
the fight,
Right.
I would generally advise against using missiles for spam because it's such a it's such a precious cooldown.
Hmm.
Because A, it's long, and it's the only thing that you can use while DMing,
Yeah.
which is why I generally say you should use missiles to win duels and mark flankers instead of like purely spamming. Although spamming is fine before the fight. So what I'm seeing here is, you ate the pull, which is good. You're kind of just like using missiles. I don't know. I feel like you could have saved this for when their tracer went in on you, or someone like took a direct duel with you. I feel like you're just kind of like spamming them out beforehand,
Yeah.
and you also kind of flew into them, which is all right because your ball went in there. But generally,
That was beating.
yeah,
Yeah.
that may have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
That could have resulted in whatever, and especially since you didn't have like boosters to, like bail yourself out, and your core wasn't exactly with you. That could have been. Yeah, so just the missile usage there, and the fact you kind of like flew in, but other than that, because now you have to chill, right? You can't really
Yeah.
like you have to chill till your DM gets up, and you have to like bank behind cart, and you're like losing HP. Okay, so I would advise, if you're gonna do this, I would advise sitting in this room a little bit longer to make sure your DM recharges and like tell
Hmm.
your ball to touch, because I don't think you need to be the only one anchoring point here, especially with this little resources. I don't know.
Okay. I think in the moment I didn't think that anyone else could touch the point, and so I was
That's fine.
like trying to desperately stay on as much as I could.
That's fine, I guess. They're really just spamming you out, which is kind
Yep.
of lucky. You're out of mech here, which is fine.
It's not fine. It sucks.
Oh, it's not fine, but like it should be fine because you lived it. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so what happened there? I think this is generally just caused by you playing in open space with very little resources. Because if you look at this from their team's perspective, you're just kind of like in open space, able to take a lot of poke. I would suggest maybe you could play in this corner here. You could like DM your team that would, if they wanted to play closer, you could DM them here. You could even, no, I wouldn't say that. Okay, you play here and you can like spam this lane kind of, but anything to keep yourself out of open space for this general fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that would. Also, I'd say go Sig into their comp because Shield Soldier, it's typically good to play Sig into, so you can again contest the angles. But Diva's fine; it's workable.
Okay.
So they're gonna use Barrage and win the fight. So this far is your responsibility, by the way.
Uh
It's
huh.
not. Yeah, it's not. A lot of people think it's like hit scan, but it's primarily gonna be your Diva that's gonna be marking the Pharah while your core walks in.
Okay.
It's a pain. Divas or Pharah's really broken, but your ball isn't playing with your tracer isn't playing with your ball. I'm noticing. Where's your tracer right now? Wait.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
your tracer isn't playing with your ball generally. I'm noticing that, and as a result, you're missing out on a lot of that backline trade that you could be getting.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of adds to it.
Okay.
Not doing anything. Oh, nothing wrong here. Your ball and tracer aren't going in. Mark Sig, nice.
That was a good boop. I like that.
I think yeah. Okay, I was about to say engage in the soldier. That's good. I think you should get out now though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, this
Okay.
is
I
cheating.
don't know. I don't know if Sig and Far was the
Little
move there, but
ambitious.
I'm sure you can see that.
Hmm.
Yeah, your job in this comp is literally just to live and like keep your supports up. So in general, if you wanted to think about positioning, you could think of play with your core and don't troll, you know? And
Okay.
obviously mark fire when you have the chance, but it's not like Rush or Orisa, it's Ball, so the ones killing things this comp are just not you, unfortunately. You just mark stuff and keep your supports alive. I'm generally noticing how you guys aren't really getting like a clean engage off, but I think that's partially due to your ball and Tracer not really having like a clear coordination with when they're slamming the backline with when you guys are walking.
Yeah. We definitely
I
have
just think
an issue of, I think it's our ball that just doesn't really count down the pile drivers or call where they're going to be. And I've been trying to like get him to kind of do that a little bit more. It's just been a slower process.
okay, that's fair. So the way you're using DM, I'm noticing that you're flicking it a lot. Like you're just like turning it on and off.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen a lot of like diva players do that when they're like kind of getting used to the character at like in like scrims like higher level play.
Hmm.
But I generally think that that is not a good way of doing because you can think that you're getting a lot of value because you're like eating everything, but you're not eating like really important things. So I'd say save your DM and then use them in like long bursts, kind of like during a fight, instead
Okay.
of like eating whatever projectiles may be coming at you at the moment.
Look for like full 2 second long DMs on like important engages or something. You thinking?
Or like if your ball's going in, you DM the entire engage. You
Right.
DM your entire core. You DM your core while they're walking in fully, instead of like eating the one fire missile and being on cooldown. Like I don't know.
I see what
It's
you
such
mean
a
because I do totally do that. I see the fire missile. I'm like, I can eat
I
that
see
one
like what's the
missile.
point of using DM there, right? Like
Right.
what's the point of using DM there? Oh, you went to Mark Fire. That's good. Like there's no point in eating that, right?
Right. Oh,
So
I see. Okay.
it is nitpicky, but it's really important
So
because
I don't want to
most
mitigate
divas.
small bits of spam. I want to wait till a team done
You
something
could
and
yeah, exactly. You could like here for instance. n- I like how you marked Farah there. The BAP killed him obviously, but
yeah.
I think you could help your ball maybe. Like there's no point. Like no one's currently under pressure from this spam. That no one's really being helped. I like how you're sitting with your core. That's good.
Okay.
I think if you wanted to bomb proactively here, you could
That's what
because they're
I've ended up doing. Yeah.
yeah they're about a hard tempo window. So I think you should ult before they ult, or else you run the risk of like oh whose ult gets more value when you could just do it first. Yeah, I think generally here too, what you could do is oh you tranced. That's whatever. But if you didn't have trance, you could have DM and you could DM the soldier ult and DM the people in flux. This bomb's kind of a tempo bomb. I kind of see it. I don't. Nice,
Squish.
bro. I'm marking fire. That's good. I don't think you need to kill this fire.
Yeah, I definitely go way too far.
Yeah, it's all good though.
The
They ended up
ball's
winning the
in.
fight, so that's the problem. Okay.
So more of this little bits of DM.
Yeah. I guess that was fine because they're trying to build. No, they have Roger. Never mind. Yeah, I see. There's no point like really eating that, and you're down to half of your DM now. You know.
Yeah, and so I couldn't really
Instead, if you don't want to take that poke, you could just ask your team, or like they should know, but you should tell them this later. But like they can just literally just play natural cover.
just play cover and we're not even just don't even poke. Just like
You can
wait for
poke from
the
natural cover.
true. Okay,
You can
fair.
poke from here, for instance. You can poke from here. Yeah, your Ash is doing that. That's good.
Hmm.
But if you look at this, you guys are kind of like sitting here, and of course you guys are gonna get poked at, and of course you're gonna have to use DM to mitigate some of the poke. Because obviously, in the end, you don't want to get poked out, which is like
Right.
why I kind of see you're eating the spam, so like your BAP doesn't have to like use regen burst or stuff. You don't have to like use resources or like reload or whatever. But I think this could be easily preventable if like if you maybe took this angle where it's maybe harder to spam you out, and you could still shoot them, or maybe here even because you have boosters, or and then maybe here I don't know, but anywhere except like the direct open where they have like perfect view of you and your core, you know.
Yeah.
This is chill. Okay, because then you did have to use lamp, and you're like you were relatively low on DM for the time.
Yeah.
Alright, nice angle. I like the angle you're taking. I would prefer if your core was there with you and your ball
Okay.
was in. But I don't think you guys should be backing now though. I would like it if your core and stuff were here and you guys are taking an angle because your ball is engaging and that would have been huge. You guys are just free win. Because if your core like your Zen and shit is here, you can like spam them out while your ball goes and you can walk in and then you just even if he doesn't call it, you can clearly know when to walk in. So nice reaction. I don't think you should be contesting this. Yeah, you're fine. He's on your BAP. Ooh. I think if the Sig is tunnel visioning on your BAP like that, like no, I think if the Sig is tunnel visioning on your BAP, like he is here, like he's literally just not even looking at you, could literally DM your BAP and have your BAP kill him.
Oh yeah, I don't think about that as
Because
often. I try to like.
think of like if you're Ana and you're helping like your Ashe kill like their Cassidy, but instead of like healing your Ashe, you're like DPS in their cat. I think if you just heal your Ashe and she'll be able to kill him. But it's like the same kind of scenario.
Okay.
I think your BAP could have lived there, maybe, but I think you had the right idea of going to peel, which is good. There's a lot of stuff you have to do in this character, so
Yeah,
it's difficult.
that's for sure.
They're on rush now, okay. So ball into rush is actually really free. You just have to, yeah, have your ball. You just be real proactive about going onto their backline. They're also still on Sig, so your job is considerably easier. Playing into rush with D.Va is generally like a lot different
Yeah.
because you're not trying to mark anyone really. I guess like Cassidy, Lucio maybe, but you're not. You have kind of a less strict job of like marking Pharah, going to help backline because there's really no one on the team that can go trade backline. So I think in this case you're just gonna help your ball engage and help your core if they start walking. Oh, you guys are on Ryan now. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is Resh now. I think you're. Are you planning on swapping to Lucio?
I bel I'm not sure if we are. I think we called not swapping to Lucio because we're on defense.
Oh. Okay, no, you still want Lucio.
Okay.
Because if they start walking on you, you're gonna want the speed, and you're gonna want to hit the rotate at some points. Because just because you're on defense doesn't mean like anything different should change about the comp, like the comp itself. Maybe like the comp you're playing
Yeah.
should change depending on what, but I don't think the comp itself should change.
Well, okay, so the kind of what I'm thinking was at this point in the scrim was we have already gotten super like out brawled. So the way they're playing with the Mei cast and we're playing with double hit scan Zen, we felt like we needed to try something other than just brawl v brawl, like just the straight mirror. Because if we
Okay.
did, we would have just straight lose. Like we played Li Jiang and it was not close.
I
And
think
like
okay, there's a couple things with that. I think in scrims it's practice is if you lose in scrims it's all good. I think if you want to practice rush, if you guys are a rush team, then just run rush into their rush and then you have good VOD material.
yeah,
Um
yeah, true. I don't know.
and I
We
think comps like these give you an objectively worse neutral if you're gonna try and like experiment.
uh-huh.
Because they're gonna be on like the comps that have worked and the comps that like are really good, but you guys are just kind of like throwing stuff together to see what if you can like IQ check them. I think it's generally harder, but I don't know. I feel like in this kind of scenario, if you guys are a rush team, then I'd say stick to rush and just like keep practicing it. Because the thing with this comp, you have no brawl, you have no speed. Your Ryan's just gonna be slow, like walking into their team that has speed, is able to kite, and has angle presence with Mei and Sig. You have like the Zen, I guess, that can like spam in Discord. It doesn't really help, and you have two DPS that don't really help your Ryan, and they just kind of take angles. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of hard to determine what the neutral of your comp is. So if you want, you can put your Ryan on Orisa, and you guys are in a good comp, or you can go Sig. You just go double shield
Yeah,
and like try and spam out their rush, which is what I think. If you're gonna be on 4 out of the 6 heroes that you guys are currently running, which would be the move,
right.
but you know it is difficult. Also, I did want to talk about how the last fight you flew at their Sig instead of helping your Ryan back. Oh, I do want to talk about that. Oh, I already watched this. Okay. Yeah, you guys are on Ryan now. You're playing really far ahead. Okay, so you guys are kind of kiting. Yeah, so I think you should help your Ryan and core kite when they're walking, because especially because you don't have speed, instead of trying to kill someone. You know. I
Okay.
guess your BAP is kind of there, and you want to help your BAP, but like, I don't know. You can still kite, chill, and then re-engage instead of like, going in immediately. Because if you look at this from like this kind of perspective, it's gonna look something like, okay, so we're backing, we're backing. Okay, your BAP kites this way. This is a really bad move. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but it's all good.
It's a whoops.
Kiting, and then all of a sudden you're just in. Like if you look at this, like the rest of your team is
Right.
here, and you're just kind of in. Obviously, your BAP is there too, which isn't good. But your BAP lit. Oh lordy, you guys using ults. Okay, I don't know. That's kind of
Yeah.
the
It's
whole thing that
scuffed.
I'm.
It is scuffed.
No, it's fine. It's just a couple misplays. But again, I do think this could be solved if you guys just kind of went rush. Because I
Just
feel
went
like
rush.
even if you guys are worse than them at rush, it's still a good opportunity to practice, and B will give you a better neutral than whatever this is.
Okay.
The DM there, kind of unnecessary. DM there, kind of necessary. Just the
Yeah, I
usual.
see what you mean.
You can break lamp. Nice. I think you could bomb this early. Bomb this early. Okay, yeah, okay. I think you could have bombed a bit earlier because they're
Yeah.
trying to tempo with amp speed and capacity ult. So just you can halt their tempo completely with bomb. Like they can't sit there. You could single-handedly like carry that fight if you just bomb like here. Because you see that they're trying to tempo in.
Right. I mean, if I bomb there, don't they just like shield and then they just
No,
come
yeah,
at
you,
us?
you, you force them to stabilize and you can walk in.
Okay, I see what you mean.
If you kind of like they're trying to tempo here. They're gonna walk in with Castiel and amp speed. They're trying to hard tempo, but you can completely stop their tempo with bomb. You don't really need to kill anyone, but you want to stop their tempo. And you guys could walk in during that engage. I do like you ate that. That's good. But like now, what they can do is now that their tempo's already like good and they already have taken the space. They okay, that's big, I guess. But they they've already chilled. They're all right. I mean, you do end up winning the fight, but I think
I see what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah, the tempo would have been better.
So what you did was fine though. You killed their sig. I don't know. Their team just kind of played bad. They kind of just didn't really walk in anything. They took the space and sat there. If they had chosen to sped on your Bap or
So
Zen, that could
I
have been bad. Yeah, so.
I think something that kind of drew me to not wanting to push them out in that hallway was that like I'm kind of noticing like I didn't think our team was like around that area. I think we had like angles inside, and so I really wanted them to walk inside as sort of like like a kill box kind of thing. Like I didn't
Okay.
I wanted the fight to happen through the arches, and like since we're not playing rush because we don't have the Lucio, it felt weird to think that we're all gonna like bomb in and like bum rush them, fight like
Hmm.
past the arches. Now I could be wrong, but like I just kind of felt like we were in a better position to take a fight through the arches. So I waited until they walked through to do the bomb.
Okay. I do see what you're saying in that scenario. Oh hey, what's up?
Hello.
But I do think
Yeah.
it's favorable if you take the fight in this small corner because if you want to talk about kill boxes, you have a better chance of creating one here instead of like waiting them to come out. But
Even with
you
our
know,
double hit scan Zen and
yeah,
actually triple
I
hit
think
scan.
so. Because if you're forcing them
Okay.
to stabilize with bomb, then you could definitely still walk in and win the fight, even without speed.
Okay.
And I think and especially since you have the shield break from the Zen, you have the spam, you could definitely force out their Ryan who's trying to stabilize, and it puts a lot of pressure on him.
Okay.
Yeah, DM usage there, you already heard it.
Yep.
I mean, it's like, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess, because like the fight, like, it was like, it's just like, nothing's inherently wrong with these flashes of DM, but it just kind of points to the issue of like, using a lot of DM unnecessarily instead of, yeah.
No, it's
But
good
there's gonna be a
stuff.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot of players that are gonna be like, oh, I need to eat projectiles. When in reality, you really don't. You have to eat important things and help rotates with DM. Like eat the fire strike, for instance, to make sure his Ryan doesn't build shatter. Uh, DM your cores or trying to walk, that kind of stuff. Dodge flow. Oh, okay.
Almost.
I like how you're DMing the flux. That's good. A lot of people don't do that. That's a big shatter. Okay, I don't like how you're shattering in front of window. This is very risky, especially with this little DM and no speed.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I should be telling you that. Okay, I think this is. I don't think this is good because if you know that this is a risky play, it's like a really high risk play that's gonna result in your Ryan most likely dying without proper care. I think the worst thing you can do is fly in and make it so that your Ryan is liable to be killed. I think what you should do instead is chill for a sec and like help this guy like follow up on his shatter, you know? Because even if you don't kill these people, like the Ryan, he can easily kill like this Cassidy and like get their sig really low, and they've already forced lamp. So I guess the value of the shatter is tangible in this situation. So I don't think you need to take it upon yourself to go kill like these people, especially since they're already getting up. Because now your Ryan's like low HP in front of window and like unable to be
Oh,
DM'd by you. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
Yeah, now you're just kind of back here. That's kind of yeah. Mail. I think you could have eaten that, but if you were
So
in back,
we're looking to convert the shatter into like pretty much one really well confirmed kill, and then convert that
I think you
incremental
shouldn't
advantage
have
into a win.
shattered. I don't think you should have shattered in general because they were clearly trying to tempo with window, and I think shattered tempo is kind of weird, especially since it's an ult that makes you very likely to die because like you have no shield and you're standing in front of window. But if you were to shatter there, I don't think the move is to kill 6. I think the move is to secure at least 1 kill
Okay.
because I don't know. Personally, I would have waited till the window was done. I would have like kited the window and chilled for a little bit, and when they started to walk in, I would shatter them because that's good tempo.
Yeah.
But when they're engaging with window, shattering that early doesn't really help anyone, especially since the window's gonna outlast how long they're on the floor from shatter.
Yeah.
So that's something you got to consider. I shouldn't really be telling you that. I'm assuming you guys are gonna play double shield here. Yeah,
I think we normally
double
do,
shield.
but I also, if I remember correctly, I did we go? Yeah, we think we went dive instead. So
Oh,
we kind
because
of
you're on
thought better of it. We
main tank.
thought a little bit different. Yeah. So my main tank player just can't get his hand around Winston. So
Okay.
I play Winston in this scenario.
Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is really old form of dive with the Tracer Genji.
Yeah.
I don't think this form of dive is good anymore at
Hmm.
all because it's just no damage. Like you have no damage. You just have you can play for pincer, I guess, but you really just have no damage. Look at their comp. They have Soldier, Echo, Sig,
Yeah.
Baptiste, Mercy, Pocket. Like you are gonna get rolled in the damage neutral. So I don't know. I think you get blown up by their comp. And you won't be able to have enough damage to either kite or stabilize. So I think in general, if you want, especially since Ana Mercy's Monkey is not really a dive comp, you can have like your Genji or Tracer play Ashe or like Hanzo or something, Cassidy to get more damage, maybe. Like Reaper even, anyone with like burst damage, because I think that's good. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I see people run like this Genji Tracer dive comp, I'm just like I kind of don't I don't know. I don't know why people still think it's good. It was good when like Overwatch had like no damage and you could
Yeah.
like walk in the middle of the point and like not die. But now that in a game with this much damage, like with Soldier, Echo, Sig, and Mercy Pocket on like either Echo or whatever, you're gonna get rolled. I think, especially since you're on Zen now. Ugh.
So okay, if you were building like a full dive comp for
A
us to
full
just
dive
play,
comp.
like
You
just
mean like
full dive,
dive?
just like straight like full dive.
I don't think dive really exists anymore
Okay.
because I think the closest you can get to dive now that's like a viable comp still is 6-man. If you know
Okay.
anything about 6-man, it's
I know.
Monkey,
Yeah.
Diva, yeah. But that comp is really about kiting resources and engaging rather than just going on one guy and fucking them. I think that was like when Lucio Zen was a thing and you could Discord and speed on them, but I think Lucio Zen would just fuck you nowadays. Like you just cannot play it.
Yeah. That's what you mean.
But I don't want people to think about Monkey Diva Ana like dive, rather a comp where you can it's really just a rotation based comp. You can go in and cleave with your diva while your core rotates. You don't really have your entire team engage on someone like you would expect from a regular dive comp. But I guess it's more dive than say rush. But yeah, I don't know. I guess what constitute dives nowadays in comps is when multiple characters on the team can go on someone, and by that definition, sure, this comp is dive because people consider like ball sig to be dive because your tracer and ball
Right.
technically like are diving people. But I'd say in general, like, what's your goal here out of like playing dive?
Okay. So
Like, you're just like
the goal is that we just wanted to
to blow someone up, right?
we'll not blow someone up. Yeah. Right. But we also we're just gonna like steadily push the cart forward here in the beginning, and then we're gonna jump the high ground far side, and we want to be like jumping up all together, and yeah, I guess we just
Couldn't
want. Yeah.
couldn't you accomplish that with rush though? You could have your diva sit cart, and you the rest of your team could rotate high ground.
Through the spam, I don't know. I maybe we could have, but
It's a lot harder. I will say, yes, the spam will make it difficult on you, but it's a lot easier than playing monkey into spam because then you can get forced out when you're trying to stage. and you can get pulled, rocked,
Yeah.
stickied when you try to engage. If your plan is to sit cart here and have someone take top, then I think it'd be a better idea to have a rotation top instead of like having multiple people dive top. I don't know.
All
That's just
right.
my philosophy
Okay.
in that. Yeah. But if you are gonna run the dive here, this is fine, I guess. I don't think Ana Zen is the play, especially because you're not gonna have anyone to. I guess Ana Zen here is fine because they're on double shield, but had they been on anything else, I think it's like generally worse. Also, you don't have like Brig. I think Brig is good. Yeah. If we were to fix this particular comp you're playing, I would say go Brig Ana, Ash Tracer, or Echo Tracer, or go Mercy or something. Because Tracer's good.
Yeah.
You can get those engages and you can mark out the flankers that are gonna try to spam at your monkey, but I think in general it's very hard to play this comp.
Okay.
Yeah, look at like you're getting forced out already. Like you have to sit behind cart like this. I don't think this is like because you know that if you like peek for even a second, you're just gonna like explode with damage. And I think that's a big nade. I don't know how. Also, playing Ana into double shield's really hard because you can't really get nades off. So I think the reason you're able to survive there is because their wrist is really bad. Like I'm not entirely sure how she didn't pull you and you got blown up, but that's all good.
Okay. That's fair
Your
enough.
D.Va should be marking the Echo right now. This is fine. I do like how you're taking this high ground here. I don't. Okay, so you
I should
still
have
got
dropped
blown
off
up
there. My
there.
bad.
No. I don't think that's your fault. I genuinely think that you stayed there an all right amount of time. They're just on a comp that's gonna roll you. Because look, like you're taking the main angle here, sure. Their Sig is missing shots and their soldiers reloading, sure. Like they have a lot less damage, but you're still being off angled by their Echo. Their Orisa can turn to shoot you. I don't think their team's double shield is very good, but had it been good, I think you would have died a lot sooner. So I don't think it's a matter of overstaying your welcome. I think it's just a matter of this comp is hard to play into like a traditional
Right.
dive cleave thing. I don't think you can cleave very hard into double shield. I think you have to rotate this, and I think you have to find some kind of play in their backline. But I think taking the cleave face on is going to result in you dying like every time. Had they been a better team. If your diva had marked the Echo too, I survived. I suppose you could have stayed there, but I think that's a particular that didn't really have the coordination to blow you up. But yeah, it's gonna be really hard to play this. I think in general, Bridge also help and Mercy because either one of your supports can be off angle by their Echo and can just get absolutely rolled. Alright, just kind of staging. Okay, are you guys gonna try and rotate around? I can see it, but I'm
Yeah,
scared.
this doesn't go well for us because the Echo scouts
It's easy
us.
to get. Okay, the thing with this is that it's easy to get forced out when you're taking this because you have one angle. You have to walk into one, two. Like
Yeah.
you have to walk out into multiple angles from one angle, which is kind of harder generally. Especially when they're playing double shield, which is like an angle-based comp. You lose this very fast.
Yeah, we just get rolled here.
Your Diva's
They
window,
windowed,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I would advise not playing monkey into that. I think
Okay.
I think it's generally harder. I think going rush into that, or maybe even mirror double shield would be good. But I think you'll just like die if you're on this comp. I don't think you're really making any misplays. You're just trying to chill and like play. Like this is good. Like this play is good. If your diva went with you, yeah, this is a good play. Okay, that's fine, I guess. But I think that's generally because they're bad at double shield and not because I don't know. I just think the comp is kind of hard to work. I think you're playing good though.
I fucked up my primal, but
Primaling the sig. Now you're good. Primaling is hard. It takes a long time to build mechanics.
hell yeah.
Like my primal mechanics are pretty bad. I think if there is a time you're overstaying your welcome, it would be now.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you don't need to kill them.
Watch this.
Oh lordy.
Oh
Yeah, that's
damn.
fine. Oh wait, you guys might actually lose the fight. Ah, okay. So I don't even be that guy, but you kind of trolled.
Yeah, I did.
It's all good though, as long as you see it. Okay, still on this comp, but you have ults now. Oh, I did want to talk about your team's ult usage too. I don't think you're cycling ults properly. You just kind of wait until you build a bunch, then use them.
Yeah.
Dying with ults is generally a bad idea. Because if you look at their ult usage, they have 2 ults in their building window.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have just had these ults for a while now, and are saving for like Nanoblade and like maybe Trans to Kite. I think no.
I
But
think
whatever.
I think in this scrim particularly, we're being really challenged and not really paying attention to making ult plans as much. So
That's
we
fine.
weren't making like hardly any.
I feel like in that case the mentality of scrim should be this is practice. So
Yeah.
just stick to your game, and even if you're getting rolled, just try and see what's going wrong. Just practice as if you're as if this is a tourney and you're getting rolled. Like you wouldn't just like forget about the basics. Hopefully,
Right.
okay. So my question is, how are you going to approach this? Because they're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different angles,
Yeah.
and you have to walk out into that. I wonder how. I think rotating is fine. I mean
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah. Maybe taking high ground
This high
even.
ground is the one I kind of like. This is the rotation we
Ah,
want to do.
nice. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I don't think you should be. You're playing like diva kinda. I think your diva should be helping to rotate. You should be
Yeah.
walking upstairs. But I
Trans to
don't.
rotate it. Yeah, I don't
Ooh.
know. It's just we were forced into. It's bad.
I'm not entirely sure what was going on there.
If we win this somehow though.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I did. We did use Nanoblade. I see.
Uh,
Nanoblade trans.
that's fine. Okay, I guess like monkey's easier to play here because then there's more high ground you can take.
A
But
little bit.
again, it's kind of hard.
It's like if you lose a fight, it's still hard to get back to it though because they
If
just
you want
put
to play,
huge spam on the high ground.
I was just thinking, if you wanted to do that strat where you sit cart and like maybe take high ground to see him and like have a dive thing, then why not just go ball? Because
I
you
know,
can have
right?
your
Yeah.
tracer push cart and you can have your sig walk your core top if you want to take high ground. I think that's good. Instead of this, because
Yeah.
this is
The
just
ball would
low
have been better.
damage. Yeah, this is like low damage into high damage. Dive into poke, like I don't know, it's really difficult. I think double shield's the best comp in the game right now because it's good against every comp.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. I think monkey comp is kind of out of date in general, but not because it's bad, because double shield's good.
Yeah.
So,
But monkey's
food
so
for
much
thought.
fun.
True.
Yeah.
Sadly, Overwatch does not favor fun.
I know, right?
Primaling the Echo, kind of clean. Okay, so they're
We'll
just kind of
finish.
sitting main right now. I think they're playing this really bad, but since they have so much more. Okay. Here's what I noticed. You're sitting. You're none of you like in that particular fight at least. Neither of you are playing your comps correctly. You're just kind of sitting main and shooting at each other. Do you agree?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, but do you know what sets your teams apart?
Um, well, I think
It's really simple.
what's setting us apart.
Yeah.
I think they
In
have
that
much
fight, in
more
that fight.
in that. I think they have better target focus than we do.
No, they had more damage. They just have more damage.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna win the neutral. The only character that can do damage on your team is Zen. Like he does the most damage like on your team. But they have Cassidy, Echo, Mercy, like Sig. Like they have so much more damage that if you're sitting there fighting each other in the neutral, you're going to get rolled. They just have more damage in the neutral, and even if you have the best target focus ever, they can just blow up one person with damage.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So again, if you're gonna play this comp, then I would suggest at least having like another high damage DPS maybe, or maybe going Czar.
Okay.
I generally think Diva is better than Czar, but if you're gonna play this into that, then
And do double bubble instead.
I guess
We don't talk
yeah.
about the jump.
You just want damage, I think. Especially if you see that they're playing double shield without the double shield, they're just kind of like sitting there and shooting at you. Then I think having good damage would be good. Like what happened here is nothing that you did wrong. I just think it's a matter of like you went in, but they were able to force your team out
Yeah.
because they're on that comp.
It's really hard to push this point when you've lost a fight.
Yeah, especially it's really hard to push this point when you're on this comp.
Yeah, you're not even on like Widow or anything. Or Ashe.
Yeah.
No long range hero. You need like a Hanzo or something.
Honestly, even without a long range hero, if you guys are on Mei Kree and rotated top, that could also work.
Let's go like
Hey,
Mei Kree full brawl.
I don't know, like if you, I don't know. I think any comp except for this one would be good
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it's really hard because for this comp it requires a lot of staging and requires jumping in and cleaving, but it's really hard to do that when they can blow you like so.
Yeah.
Like you did nothing wrong. You jumped in on the people that were there. Maybe your diva could have gone with you, but you end up just getting blown up in 3 seconds from like 4 people, like with a lot of damage. So I think the issue here on round 1. Okay, so if I were to recap this, okay, this is kind of a similar thing. On round 1, I think the issue was you guys didn't really get and engage properly with your ball. Like your ball didn't really go in at the same time as your core when they tried to walk. I don't think it's particularly anything on your part that you did wrong that made you lose. I think your DM usage could have been better, but I don't think you could have done anything to carry. Defense, though, I do think if you had a better comp, I wouldn't say you would win for sure, but it would definitely make it a lot easier. I generally think. See, they were on what? They're okay. They're on double shield and like rush first round, and if you say that their rush is better than yours, then I think um I don't know. If you think their double shield is not that good, then we can afford to mirror or maybe run rush. But you know this comp's really hard. Anyway, that's. Do you want to look at another one or no?
Sure. I'm
Or
down.
which one? I'll do one more, then I'm gonna go.
Okay. Let's see. What I send you? Probably Nepal then.
Okay. All right. Nepal. Okay, I like Nepal. It's my favorite. It's my favorite control map.
Yeah.
Rush on Nepal. Okay. Um. Yeah, this is good. You guys are on similar neutral comp. I'm assuming you guys are gonna sit point
Yep.
with Sim Mei.
That's the idea.
Um. Wait one sec.
Sure.
We're back.
So, YouTube, how you doing? How's your day going? I'm getting roasted.
Okay, I'm back. Okay,
Welcome back.
rush on Nepal. You there?
I'm here. Yep.
That's not you. What the hell? Okay, cool. Taking t ooh, weird TP. Oh, going main. Okay, that's fine.
They did the same thing, right? Same
Okay,
TP, same everything.
I saw. Okay, I saw a couple things in the first like 3 seconds.
Sure.
I'm gonna put this on slow.
All right.
You're ahead of your Ryan. First of all, you're using DM.
So is he though.
You wouldn't have to use DM there. You're kind of walking into them and kiting in a certain way you can get walled off.
Okay, so I'm only having to use DM there because I'm ahead of my Reinhardt and did nothing for me. So
Pretty
I should have
much,
been
and you're
behind him
also.
so I could get him
Yeah,
in.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
And if you needed to DM there, it would be more use if you DM'd your Ryan when he walked in instead of just using it and not really accomplishing anything with it.
Got it.
You're in a space where you can get walled off. I don't like the way you use missiles there because you didn't really like win the duel and they're walking in, so you're probably gonna need to like duel their Cassidy or sorry, their like Sim or something during the fight.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you have to you force lamp early. You're kind of in there. Oh my lordy. Okay,
He's so
so
low.
if you watch this from like full speed, you can see how like. Yeah, you kind of kite in the middle of them. You're using a lot of DM. You're not really helping your team really walk. You're inting. Yeah, you're inting like at their Ryan. It's harder. I think there again, like you okay, you're engaging and you have, oh my goodness, you're engaging and you have less than a quarter of your DM.
Yeah, I
That
see what you mean.
that's kind of scary. You need to yeah, nice, you're breaking the turrets. You know that.
I think I could break turrets a little more often. I think because at the end of this, I was told that I should be breaking turrets more often. I guess by another person that
And
coaches me.
yeah, I mean, you at least you're doing it. I don't know. I don't feel like the turrets are usually the problem. Like if you walked in and then like maybe I don't know. Oh, okay. So right now you just need to chill. You just need to live. I guess you have walls, so it's fine. But like you just
Yeah.
need to live, I think. Yeah, this is scary. You're still kind of there. Oh yeah, this is scary. I think in general you're playing. I hesitate to use the term aggressive because a lot of people like to romanticize the idea of playing aggressive, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am playing super aggressive. I agree with you.
It's not like aggressive play. It's like I don't know how that didn't go into your DM, but it's
I
whatever.
know.
I don't think this is aggressive play. I think it's like careless play, I guess. Because if you're playing aggressive, I think aggressive diva play would be like aggressively going for as much value as possible, taking aggressive angles and stuff. I don't think you're doing that. I think you're just kind of like flying in and like trying to kill them.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a lot more reckless.
It's the warm up round. It's the first round. Okay.
Yeah, and especially you have the most damage taken on your team. It should
Yeah.
be Orion.
Okay.
I generally I just think that's because I think like this is fine. Yeah, so you're flying it. Like I don't think you need a boost there.
To get around the wall.
No, you
Okay.
could just walk. Especially since you don't want to be engaging in this particular moment. If I was me, I'll walk around the wall and help DM your Ryan. You have missiles available or had. Okay, so there's a lot to be said about the cooldown usage too. I noticed how you're using boosters a lot to get to somewhere you could just walk.
Okay.
I think boosters is a really precious cooldown because it can help you win the duel, it can help you get to high ground, it can help you scout, but I don't think it should be used to just like get from point A to point B all the time.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like yeah.
That makes sense to me.
There's also a lot to be said about like the angle. Like I don't think you're helping your Ryan a lot. I don't think you're like helping. I don't think you're helping your core out a lot. That's fine, I guess. I think you could be DMing here, hard DMing. Nice. Oh. Okay, so you kind of got trapped behind the wall. I would have liked it if you had like backed and hard DM'd your core. That's fine though. So yeah, just mistakes like how like you're kind of like flying in there and like insane. Let's see if I think I have a VOD. I think I rang a scrim uh recently on Nepal actually. So let me look. I think we were just like practicing for OD. Yeah, so if you like it's important that like in oh this is against ball, so it might not. But literally just like chilling,
I
I
see. I
guess.
see.
Like even like when even like if you're going to walk, you still like I'm still trying because like my job is in their comp is not to like do anything. It's kind of like scout their Sombra and like mark ball and help my Ryan, I guess. I'm like always playing natural cover and like trying to help my Ryan like walk in, especially like during the engages. I'm spy checking for their Sombra right now. Yeah, again, I'm kind of if I'm gonna go here, I'm trying to force their Zen off. But it's and then I'm kind of back with my Ryan. I'm scouting out the Sombra, but like I'm generally just trying to like do as much as possible while doing as little as possible. So I'm not trying to like kill them all per se, but I am. I'm forcing out their Zen. I'm forcing cooldowns. I'm forcing out their Sombra. I'm helping my Ryan. It's generally just like I'm walking with my Ryan here. I couldn't have gotten to the far. I was kind of far away, but that's kind of like the thing. if you can kind of see how I'm generally trying to be like, yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think we run. I think there's rush mirror too. Oh, but the thing is, I'm on Sig here.
Oh,
Lordy, we were rolling this. These guys are like really bad. It's whatever. Yeah, I think we go 6-man on the last map because we were just like trolling and like practicing. But still, same kind of idea. I'm making sure. Thank you. I'm making sure to like not in too hard and kind of like we were kind of trolling this game. I don't know if this is like yeah, we're trolling. Okay, but like that's kind of what I'm saying. I don't know. I'll look at like one more map of this to see if there's anything different, but I think I can kind of see it.
yeah.
Okay, rush mirror on this map. Oh, not rush mirror. Oh, this is exactly what we're playing against. Huh? Would you look at that?
You're looking at Lazy Turtle.
Oh, whoops. My bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
I was just receiving
Lazy Turtle,
green
my
because of
fucking nemesis, dude.
Really?
We've been playing this team for 5 scrims straight every Thursday,
Really?
and that guy is like just 500 SR higher than me, and he's just shitting on me.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
My nemesis.
I think you can be better than this guy. I can see like you have like the potential. Like I can definitely see it.
I think I do. To keep
Yeah,
practicing.
because you know your job, you know your role. I just see you make mistakes, and that's like it. And but the thing is, like those mistakes are super easy to fix. Also, I would recommend going Ana instead of Zen in this comp. Diva's
Honest
bad with
Zen.
Mercy Zen. Yeah, Diva's bad with Mercy Zen.
Why?
Generally. A lot of reasons. Ana Zen or Mercy Zen's kind of good with Sig because it's like spam. Diva's
Yeah.
not really spam. Can't. There's really no point like helping your Zen out when you have like Mercy. Diva's kind of like a peel like guy. I don't know. It's better with Brig because then there's
Could
like
we
more
play a ball
core that you
comp
can peel.
without Zen?
Yeah.
Okay.
People that run Tracer Fireball Diva are typically running Ana for 2 reasons. One, because Diva, like when you have no backline, having Diva is kind of like weird if it's just Zen, which is why Sig is fine because then you have a backline. It's gonna be your Sig and Sig and Zen. Sorry. You
So
can
I could
also
swap
Nano
to Sig
Pharah.
here and it would make sense. Like if I went Sig, that would make sense.
I would say it would make sense, except for the fact that you still have Tracer Pharah, which is alright with balls. Actually, yeah, it would make sense. But Sig is like more spam. But this is like kind of a spam dive hybrid, and
Hmm.
which I guess that's what ball is at its core. But no, I don't think this is good.
So you think XC should go Ana here, and
Yes.
that
Yeah,
would be better than
Ana
Discord.
is very good because then you can help your Ana out more than like I don't know. You can help your Ana out, but you could also play the Nano Pharah, which I think is generally a lot better.
Are you saying that we go Ana here, like taking into account what the enemy team is playing, knowing that like they're
Yes.
going to be grouped up and the nades are going to be really fat and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see what you mean. In like on a blanket scale though, like when I'm just thinking about this comp in a vacuum, I don't think of Ana
You do.
as part of it as much, at least. Because I feel like the comp is played around the Discord orb so hard that it doesn't
Well, the
feel like
comp is
to
played
me that
around
I
the
can take
Discord
away.
orb a lot when you're running Sig or some kind of spam neutral.
So we're not playing a spam neutral because we're playing
No. We are Diva Pharah
Tracer.
Tracer.
Okay,
Diva Pharah Tracer, yeah.
Diva Pharah Tracer is a dive neutral then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much. If you want to think of it like that, I guess. But the thing with Sig is that you play it a lot differently. You're gonna have your core, your Sig and Zen, and Mercy sometimes, but Mercy's generally gonna be that go. It's gonna be your Sig and Zen. They're gonna be walking around, orbing your Tracer, and using Discord orb neutral, like discording their Sig or whatever. Or like discording the duel. And you kind of play that differently when you have your Diva engaging with your ball, kind of, and like marking out the flankers, and you have like Zen. Like the Discord doesn't really do much, especially when you can play for Nano Pharah. So if you look at any VODs of like Al teams playing this comp, they're gonna be playing Ana instead of Zen.
Okay.
Because A, Nano Pharah is broken, and B, it's hard for your Diva to play with Mercy Zen without Brig. Like Brig Zen Diva's fine, but Mercy Zen Diva is kind of harder because the Diva has to play like Sig to like walk the Zen around when it I don't know. Yeah, that kind of thing. It can work, I suppose, but I don't think you should be playing around the Discord as much because right now you were kind of playing like Sig, like with you're sitting with your Zen on high ground,
Yeah.
and kind of just went in with your ball. So it is definitely like a lot harder. I also think Ana like I don't know, nade's good. You can heal from farther. I don't know. It's just better with this comp. I think Zen is like a staple ball hero, but only when it's like not Mercy's or when it's not Pharah Tracer Diva, you know.
Yeah.
Brig Zen's good. With Diva, because then you do have a core that you can go to, but you also have the Brig that can peel the Zen. Brig Zen's good to Sig, Mercy Zen's good to Sig, but a lot of people don't play Mercy Zen with Diva because it's just not that good.
Okay, so when I got the Diva, I will play the Ana instead.
Awesome. Or you can yourself and go Sig. I
Yeah.
think either of those can work, but yeah. I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing. Well, other than you're not with your Zen, your Diva can just kill the Zen, I guess. If their Diva was any good, they would recognize that the most damage in your team is probably going to come from Zen. Like, you can say Far, obviously, but I think Zen is more consistent spam damage.
Yeah.
So, their Diva's gonna want int at their Zen. But she's
Because
not
even if
really
it's a
doing that.
trade, it's worth it.
Yeah. Because you can also she can also just kill the Zen.
Yeah.
And if you're not there to peel, it could be bad. That's why like Sig is good, because they can be there. And you can also like spam from there. Alright, Diva's not really spam. A bit aggressive there on the Kree. That's good though, because your Tracer and Ball were there. I like the way you're playing this. I like this.
What about it? Do you like?
You're chilling and
Okay.
not really going in. I like the engage in the Kree was good, or was really aggressive. I don't like how you kite it out to here. I prefer it if you stick with your Zen.
Okay.
But if you go here, you're with the Kree, you're with the Tracer and Ball, which is good. But I don't know, you're not like really going in and like inting at like their Mei until your Ball and Tracer kind of go in, and you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It's a more chill style of play that I would like prefer, I guess. If they win this, is because they're ulting though. It's because they use Mei ult and bomb. I do think you could have transed a lot earlier. Oh, that's so
Yikes.
unlucky.
Yeah.
Alright, all good. I think you need to have like one dry fight. Oh no. Actually, neither team has ults. I don't know. Do you have an ult tracker?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we do.
Like, what's the point of going there?
I guess because we're playing a ball comp, generally we try to swarm around them and get angles before doing something. But I guess that doesn't really make
Angles
a whole
as
sense with
Diva, it
Diva.
doesn't make a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
You don't want to be taking angles. If you're on Sig, then sure. But Diva controlling an angle is kind of, I guess you can.
Yeah.
You can hold the physical space, but you can't really spam a lane the way Sig would.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not the same pressure, especially because of the fall
Yeah.
off.
Your Far can have that.
Isn't that an
What
abysmal
happens
amount of
here? I think they just
frozen?
Yeah.
She had me frozen for like a solid
last
5
touch.
seconds.
I don't know how that didn't eat either, but
I'm
whatever.
trying so hard to eat that shit.
Okay, Sig. Okay, I'll do this one. Okay, double
Okay.
shield. I like this comp.
Yeah. We're gonna get destroyed.
No, I like this comp though.
But it's good. Yeah, it's good comp.
They're on Mercies and Sig. Ash, this is a good comp. Oh, what the hell? They're on double shield now, huh? Okay, double shield mirror. Yeah. Suck usage there is kind of okay. So Sigma. Um, cooldown management is gonna set your Sig apart from the other Sig.
Right.
So you want to be looking to manage your resources properly. I think sucking here was kind of you don't really need to, but both of you guys did it. I don't know if you had I don't know wasting shield. I'm not entirely sure. I think suck here would have been good. No back. I don't know about that rock though. Okay, so suck and rock should be used to like sustain yourself at an angle, maybe, or to like push. I don't think it should be used to push in. I lied. I think it should only be used to like sustain yourself at an angle, or to like gain health before you walk in. But I think just using it to eat spam is not good, cause especially because it's such a long.
So I had another coach tell me here
Like,
that that we should be using the suck to walk our whole team forward and push into them.
Who said that?
Well, we don't have to talk about that, but yeah, okay. So it's not something where like I should be using it as
It's
a.
not DM.
It's not DM. Okay, so I don't
Yeah,
use it
DM
as a way to.
you can walk your team with DM because it's such a short. It's not. It's a lot shorter than Sig Suck, and lasts a lot longer. Sig, you should be using it to sustain yourself at an angle, like I said, to like eat window. I guess. I guess you can use it to like protect your team if they want to walk in, but you shouldn't be using it purely for that. Rock should be used to contest flankers and people you're trying to duel. Um, Sig's my best hero, so
Okay.
yeah.
I'll definitely believe you. So I
Yeah,
just
and
use. Okay.
I also think it should be used in tandem with shield. Alternating shield and suck when you want to be sustaining yourself is good. I think to
Mm-hmm.
not let your shield die and just giving yourself time to like regain. Like the rock there was kind of weird. Like you don't have rock anymore. The suck here is good because they windowed. I think you need to chill though. Yeah.
Yeah, the comms were a little bit messy here too because we were starting to like
Okay,
have a
that's
lot
a
of
good suck.
conflicting opinions of like what we should be doing here. It's like
I
we're
think
losing
this is a
because
good
this, we're
suck
losing because of this.
had you walked. Because your team should walk in now. I feel
Yeah,
like that's an instance where you
that's
used to
what he was
walk.
talking about right there. Like we could use
Oh.
that to walk in and take the space that they're trying to spam us out of. But if we suck it all out, then we can actually get through the choke
Yeah,
point.
I agree with that, but it shouldn't be used to rotate. It shouldn't be
Okay.
used to walk anyone in. It should just be used to, if you're getting forced out that hard, you can walk out of the space that they're forcing you out of. That's a good usage for it. I don't think that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, like, what's that? Oh,
I thought they
you
were
have
gonna
more
pressure
cooldown.
me more as I walked out.
I don't think you should actually suck until they start pressuring you. I don't know.
Wasted this.
That's alright. It's a tricky situation. You're kind of in the middle there. You don't want to die with ult. It's all good. I think the issue here was you kept walking main and taking poke. I think you guys need to the cooldown usage there.
Yeah,
Okay,
my rock is bad. I definitely just kind of use it to
it's all
throw out
good.
more damage.
No, it's hard. Cooldown usage of Sig is again what sets the good Sig and bad Sig apart. I'm not saying you're a bad Sig. You look pretty good, but I don't think this is your fault. You just keep walking main and getting spammed out. I think. I think if you want, you could.
We thought about walking right, but they had a Junkrat, and we
I
felt
think
like that
you
would
can
not
walk.
be
I think
feasible.
walking main is fine. You guys just actually need to walk. Like if you had windowed left side here, maybe. I also think you guys getting picked a lot. I think if you'd walked in though and you'd windowed right side, I think that would have been good. Because you would have forced them out of that little space. But from what I'm looking at, I think you guys are playing it like rush a lot too. I don't think you guys are taking very many angles. Your DP, yeah, it's really tough to like attack this once they have the point as double shield if they keep holding close like that. But I think it's a matter of you have to hit the rotate. Like, yeah, you have to hit the rotate with like the use of either like window or whatever, a
So we
dragon
just
suck.
farm a window and go for it.
Or anything. You can
Anything,
suck
yeah.
it if you want. If you want, you can even try going right side.
So I think the calls here were like, let's try to just play Mercy Hanzo on a flank and turn their attention so we can walk through.
That's fine. Oh wait, I just realized Hanzo junk is kind of weird.
Kind of sus. All right.
The reason that is because you have like angles stuff, but you don't really have anything to like mark lanes, I guess, or like help like hurt their backline, kinda. That's why you see a lot of people running Tracer with double shield or like Ash Echo, because it's like good spam. You can like see their backline.
All
With
right.
Hanzo junk, it's generally harder. I feel like this is a map that junk's good on though, but I feel like I don't know, generally harder. I kind of walked in here. Yeah, but this is basically the thing. I'm not gonna like VOD the team, but I feel
Yeah.
like if you were to take anything away from this, it would be like you have to be more proactive with your rotates. You yourself, though, for Diva, I would focus on managing your aggression
Yeah.
and really just thinking about helping your team, because that's really all you're supposed to be doing. In ball, I want you to play with your core more, and I want you to go for less solo plays. For example, I saw you like taking your own angles and stuff, which is
Yeah.
good, but like, your Zen is liable to death if their diva decides to go on her, you know,
Yeah, I see what you
go on
mean.
him. Sig, I think cooldown management, saving suck for either like your old coach said, taking space. I don't think walking your team, but like taking space is fine. Using it in tandem with shield, using it to maybe sustain yourself at an angle if you have gotten an angle. Like the suck there, I don't really see it. Like I didn't really do much.
I guess I wanted to use it so that I could walk safely to that middle section and hoping that my
That's
team would kind of come
fair.
with me. Because if
That's fair.
my team is on bridge and I'm like inside that mega area, then I don't feel like they can walk bridge anymore because then
Yeah,
they have to walk through my off angle.
that's fair. Alright, well, that's probably all about I have time for, but
Sure.
I hope I was able to say some
No,
stuff.
that was awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, thank you. If you ever need anything else, hit me up.
All right,
Thank you.
man. You're
See you,
welcome.
man.
Thank you. Bye.